All right, what's going on, guys? Sometimes I get kind of concerned about this world, man. I feel like there's a lot more stupid people out there than you might realize, and it takes something ridiculous like what happened yesterday to truly expose it. But sometimes it is good to get that reminder. So, if you guys didn't happen to see it, it was like the number one topic yesterday. But Aiden Ross's stream had a little bit of extra viewership last night. He broke the kick record for concurrent viewers with, I believe, about 450,000 people at the absolute peak of it, which is pretty insane. Regardless of the situation, that's an incredible amount of people. That does not happen very often. So just some context for the situation, in case you're wondering. About 2 weeks ago, apparently Stake, who owns Kick, had about $40 million in crypto stolen from them, and I guess they figured out who took it, and it was apparently some hacker group in North Korea. So one thing led to another, and I believe it was like the Kick CEO or something ended up like joking around that Aiden Ross should hit up Kim Jong-un to try to get their money back, right? And somewhere along the way, that joke turned into a real idea, and they announced that Aiden Ross was going to be doing an official interview with Kim Jong-un, the fucking supreme leader of North Korea, on his Kick stream. Now, I think anyone with at least a single brain cell left in their head would see that and they would at least be pretty skeptical of it, right? Because that just doesn't even make any sense. If you just know anything about North Korea or Kim Jong-un, or just really anything about the world, or just have a little tiny bit of common sense in your head, you would read that and you'd be like, yeah, that's absurd. That's not happening, right? However, the news spread, the hype built up. Next thing you know, 450,000 people tuned in live for this interview, and then reality kicked in, and over 100,000 people left the stream immediately once the camera was turned on, and it was this fucking guy sitting there. Now, obviously, that's not really Kim Jong-un. This is like some sort of impersonator or whatever. They hired him to do this troll or whatever. Now, I will admit, it's not bad. Great effort. There is some clear resemblance with this guy and the real Kim Jong-un. I'll put up a side-by-side comparison so you can see what he's supposed to look like. But at the end of the day, it's obviously not him. Just in case you needed to see it to believe it, it's obviously not him. And I don't even feel like that was necessary, because I feel like most people already understood, like, there's just no way. So once this guy showed his face, a lot of people left the stream, and a lot of people were upset, I guess, or whatever. They're saying Aiden lied, Aiden played everyone, I can't believe it, whatever. Honestly, I saw a few clips from the stream. I wasn't watching it live, but I saw, the people reposting the clips. It was kind of funny. They even brought in Andrew Tate on the stream to talk to him as well. Like, it was a good troll. I will give it that. I can appreciate a good troll. It was a really good troll, and apparently it got a lot of people. I don't know how, but I guess it did. What I am having a hard time with is I'm trying to figure out how many people actually thought the real Kim Jong-un was gonna be on this stream. Here's a hilarious tweet. Let me just throw this in here real quick. So, DeSerto tweeted out that Aiden Ross prepared some questions for the Kim Jong-un interview, and then somebody with some common sense responded, his fanboys think he's actually gonna interview Kim Jong-un. Like, come on, right? And then some other guy responded, not a fan, but coming back to this when he does. And it's just stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? I think the majority of people understood that this is not going to be the real Kim Jong-un, but there was a significant portion of people who really believed it. Now, to be fair, Aiden definitely has a younger fan base. So with that in mind, I'd say I put the cutoff at about 12. If you are 12 years old and younger, I think you are excused for actually believing this. It's kind of understandable. I mean, you just don't really know much about the world. You probably don't even really understand the North Korea situation or who Kim Jong-un even is. Like, that doesn't even register to you how insane this is. That's fair enough. I get it. I think 12 is still pushing it. You should still probably be a little skeptical, but it's kind of understandable when you're younger that you might fall for something like this. But anything over that, we're talking middle school, especially high school, and especially any grown adults, I would hope that you have enough common sense to not think that Kim Jong-un was gonna be on an Aiden Ross kick stream. I think the older you are, the worse it really gets. Honestly, if you're above the age of like 16 and you were really thinking that Kim was showing up, you should probably get tested, because I think you're in the wrong classes and they probably need to place you into the special ed classes or something along those lines, because clearly your brain is not functioning correctly. And if you happen to be a grown-ass adult who thought that, I need you to listen up closely, okay? Any grown-ass adult, I'm talking over the age of 18 years old, a legal adult, who thought Kim Jong-un, the dictator of fucking North Korea, was going to join Aiden Ross's Discord call and then turn on his webcam and then do a fucking one-on-one interview about some stolen Bitcoin, any grown-ass man that believed that, you need to seriously get your health evaluated. Specifically, get your chromosomes tested, because somehow you have made it this far in life with some sort of undiagnosed mental disability. But it's time to get that figured out. Like, I just don't even understand how you would even think this would happen, right? Like, what you think they hit him up on Instagram? Like Aiden's manager or whatever, or Kick hit him up on Instagram like, hey, what's up, Kim? Was wondering if you wanted to hop on stream with one of our biggest streamers, Aiden Ross. Yeah, he averages a lot of viewers. I think it would be really good exposure for you. Yeah, you should hop on stream. Like, come on, man. Like, what, you thought they hit up his business email? KimJongUn@gmail.com. They sent him a little business email like, hey, sponsorship opportunity. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about right now? I just don't get it, man. Like, listen, I don't follow politics at all. I hate politics. I think it's such a huge waste of time to argue about that shit, because you are never gonna change anyone's mind. People are gonna believe what they already believe, and like, these people spend all day arguing about that shit for no reason. But I still have a basic understanding of the world, and with that basic understanding of the world, it's quite possible that Kim Jong-un might actually be the least likely person on the entire planet to actually show up to an Aiden Ross live stream. Like, if we made a list of people who would never show up to an Aiden Ross live stream, Kim might be at the very top of the list. If you even have a basic understanding of the world, you know, like how isolated North Korea is. They don't fuck with nobody, especially not Americans, especially not Aiden Ross. So to think he would go on a live stream on a Discord call with his camera on to talk to Aiden Ross about some stolen Bitcoin, like, I just don't know what to say, man. I don't like speaking in absolutes unless, you know, it truly is like a fact, because you never know. Stuff can happen. There's always a tiny possibility, I guess. But honestly, I feel pretty comfortable saying it is impossible for Aiden to get the real Kim Jong-un on his stream. That literally would never happen. It's just not even believable to anyone with a bit of common sense. So to see so many people like actually disappointed or complaining or crying or actually sitting in the stream expecting the real one to show up is kind of mind-blowing, man. You know, I feel like you legitimately have to be a little bit like borderline, at the very least, mentally handicapped or something to have thought that. There's really only two options here, right? Either A, you're a very young child, or B, there's something wrong with your head. There's something wrong with you. But as a teenager, or even worse, an adult, to believe that is just wild to me. That is just some severe brain rot, just absolute ignorance of the world. Like, it just doesn't even make sense. Like you just like scroll TikTok all day or something. Like, you never paid attention to anything else around you. Like, just a total lack of awareness and common sense. And I know you might be thinking like, I don't know, man, how many people truly believe that? I'm not sure. It's hard to say, but even if it's a small percentage, just numbers wise, 450,000 people, let's say it was only 10%, which in my opinion, it was probably more, but 10% of 450,000 is 45,000 people. That's like a whole stadium full of people. Visualize how that looks. Now, a lot of people are now like, you know, going back and like, yeah, I knew it was fake, man. It was just joking, haha, whatever, because they're embarrassed. You know, they don't want to look like idiots to the world. But if you read some of the discourse before the stream stream happened, there was a decent amount of people buying into it, believing it, like, oh my god, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy to me, bro. I don't really have much else to say. I thought it was a funny troll. I truly did. It was funny, but apparently some people didn't get the message. You might need to consider some changes in life, okay? If you seriously opened up Aiden Ross's stream and you saw the fake Kim and you're like, yo, what the hell, man? Where's the real Kim Jong-un? What the hell, Aiden? You lied, man. I thought the real one was gonna show up. With all due respect, man, make some changes in life. It's never too late. Just do better from here on out, okay? So anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links to the description down below. Check out my last video if you missed it. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.